Welcome to Melissa Honey Speaks, where we chat about feminine magic, mindset, and manifesting. I'm your host, Melissa Honey. Welcome back to another episode of Melissa Honey Speaks. On today's episode, I want to discuss, as we move into Women's History Month, I want to talk about feminine energy and how to cultivate it in our lives. So I'm going to give you 5 ways to do that, 5 tools you can use. So let's just get into it. So we know that every human on the planet has both feminine energy and masculine energy. We know that the feminine body humans tend to lean more into their feminine energy, and the masculine body humans tend to lean more into their masculine. Okay, but we both the masculine and feminine both body people, humans have both, and they can cultivate either one as they desire. So, me personally, I'm a feminine body female, and I love being a feminine body human on this planet at this time. So I want to say that sometimes in today's society, the feminine aspects are sometimes seen as weak and not as powerful as the masculine. However, we know that both, while we know that each are powerful in their own way, we know that they are both opposites, and they are also complementary to each other. We know that the feminine energy and the masculine energy are opposite, yet they complement each other in so many ways that they work together. So that's why we use it for ourselves. Within ourselves, we have both the feminine energy and the masculine energy. And also when we're having partnerships with other people, we can cultivate either one to suit our relationships the best, our partnerships. We are in a place and time, I think, in the world where the feminine has been suppressed, and more I see that feminine body humans are wanting to explore the feminine energy dynamic because it has been suppressed for so long. And I think that one of the ways that we do that, I'm going to give you a couple of ways. So we can see that the divine feminine energy is on the rise all over the world. We see that it's been suppressed. We see that it's on the rise right now, and that's because it's been suppressed. And we understand that, like I said, we've been leaning more into our masculine. Even men have been leaning more into the masculine energy, making it as if it's better, stronger, more desirable. But when in fact we need both. We need to have the complement, which is the feminine energy, to the masculine energy. We need to have both of them working together for the greater good of the people. So I want to share with you 5 ways to increase your feminine energy. Okay. So number 1 is to be more receptive. The feminine is a receiver. So when you receive a compliment, receive the compliment with graciousness. When we receive offers for assistance, accept the assistance with graciousness. Say thank you, or accept it. You don't always have to say I got it. I'm good. You can always accept it if it's something that you could use and someone's offering you the assistance. Of course, you can accept it because the feminine energetic is always receptive and receiving. So you want to be receiving. And when you're receiving, the universe shows you can offer you more things, more pleasure, more beauty, more love, more affection, all things that you want. You want to be receptive to those things. So when you're open up to receive those things, then those things start to come to you, and you begin to manifest those things for yourself. Saying yes to things that serve you. If it's something that's offered to you and you can say yes to it, say yes to it. We don't always have to have doubts. You can always be in the receiving mode and saying yes to things that excite you, like yes to things that are pleasurable, yes to things that are beautiful. So saying yes more, give yourself more yes, more power to say yes. Being open to new ideas is about being receptive as well. So that's number 1. Number 2 is to spend some time in nature and relax. We know that the feminine is always doing and giving of ourselves all the time. So this is an opportunity for us to cultivate our feminine energy by being more relaxed. The feminine goddess needs to be able to just be sometimes and not do anything, just to be relaxed. So there's nature. Mother Nature is feminine. We go out in nature, we can take walks, there's all things, whatever is in your area, get out in nature, spend more time in nature, because that helps us open up to that feminine energy. It helps us cultivate the energy within ourselves and in our lives. When we take into that beauty that's out there in Mother Nature, it makes us happier. It makes us more delighted with life. It brings us more joy and more pleasure because we are seeing the things that the feminine is bringing to this earth. Okay. Number 3 is listen to your intuition. I can't tell you how important it is to let your intuition guide you at times. We always spend so much time thinking about, is this logical? Not every decision we make is going to be logical. And just because it's not logical doesn't mean it's not the correct decision for you or even for your life or your family. Logic is great, of course, but then there's also intuition, which is very important. Like I said, it's a complement. There's logic and then there's intuition, and it's they're complementary tools that you can use to guide your life. But never discount your intuition, because intuition is very telling and very important. So let yourself read into your intuition, read from your intuition, and use your intuition when you're making decisions and on this journey of life. You want to be able to, the gut feelings are typically the right feelings. It's not logical. I can't tell you how many times that it's just not going to be logical everything's not going to be logical when you're deciding on what to do with your life. Some things are going to seem totally illogical. You're going to be like, I'm not going to do that because it's not logical. But does your intuition show you that that's the way you should go? So read into your intuition, use your intuition as a tool. Don't downplay it. Bring it and use it as a powerful tool in your life for manifestation and manifesting what you want. Okay. The feminine is well equipped to use intuition as a powerful tool for manifestation and creation and cultivating your feminine energy, because that is part of who the feminine is. Or the feminine is so connected to the higher self or higher power that intuition is absolutely needed when you're cultivating your feminine energy. You want to be when you're making decisions for your life, for your career, for your partner, for your children, for yourself, for anything in your life. You want to make sure that you are reading deeply from an intuitive standpoint, and then use logic as well. Of course, we always need that part, but the intuition is a very powerful tool that you can use every day to create the best life that you want. That's number 3. Number 4 is being vulnerable. I know this is hard for most people to be vulnerable because people don't want to open up. We see vulnerability as a sign of weakness when it's really a sign of power. If you can be vulnerable with yourself, be vulnerable with others who are in your life, be vulnerable in general, and just really focus on that. That's not a negative, or it's not a weakness. It's actually very powerful when we live more authentically. Imagine being able to open yourself up to who you want to be, open yourself to your friends and your family and people who love you and care about you, and you're able to share those parts of yourself that you don't want to share typically, because you're fearful that someone will look at you in a negative way. But vulnerability is very important because it helps you connect with those around you in a more authentic way. Imagine being able to live your life the way that you want to live your life versus living the life that you think that society thinks you should. So that's part of being vulnerable. Being vulnerable is saying, you know what, I'm going to live my best authentic life for me and not the way people think I should. So coming from a place of your inner self, your intimate self, being vulnerable, saying, you know what, I just want to be me and who I am, and being okay with that. And that's part of being vulnerable and giving your best self to yourself. Okay. And there's beauty in being able to share your vulnerabilities with people who are important to you. It helps you reconnect with them. It helps you stay connected with them. It helps you build bonds that you wouldn't normally have. It helps break down walls as well when you're able to be vulnerable and share your authentic, most intimate self with other people. Okay. And number 5 is more movement. So all the things that we think about movement, aesthetic dancing, yoga, walking, all these things help you to be more happy. It helps bring out those happiness hormones. It changes your mindset, because when you're moving, you're doing yoga, you're stretching, you're aesthetic dancing, it's more playful, it's more fun. It opens your body up to movement, and it really, it makes you happy because you're moving. The feminine loves movement and loves playfulness. So that's part of cultivating that inner goddess, that inner feminine goddess for yourself. And so when we're doing that, we're enhancing our moods. And when we have an enhanced mood, of course, we feel more happy. We feel more joyful. All the things that you want to feel, we feel when we enhance in our mood. And of course, the happiness hormones that come from dancing and all the yoga, the stretching, all those things make you feel better. And when you're feeling better, you can present your most feminine, most energetic self when you're being more active and giving and showing yourself more movement. This can magnify your feminine energy in many ways. So these 5 things can help you to magnify and cultivate your feminine energy. And like I said before, the divine feminine is so powerful. It's not weak at all. And understand that it seems like the divine feminine has been suppressed over centuries, and it seems like more and more, like I said earlier, that women are looking to cultivate this energy, because I feel personally that when we begin to cultivate this new feminine energy and we bring it into the world, I think that it will save our people. It'll heal the world all over, because it's been suppressed, and our world is kind of, I don't want to say that we're dying, but we're not growing. We're not cultivating this energy that is Mother Nature, that is nurturing, that is soft, that is loving and compassionate. And that's what we need in our world, is more compassion, more love, more fun, more playfulness, more nurture. And the best way to do this is to look inside of ourselves and bring it out. We can't look at other people and say they should do this, this, and this. We really have to look into ourselves and say, what do I need to cultivate this energy around me, this energy of being more receptive, the energy of being more compassionate, the energy of being more nurturing and loving and caring, and being more vulnerable with each other and ourselves. And that's it for today. So help yourself cultivate that feminine energy within you. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Be sure to follow Masani Speaks on Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeart, Deezer, and you can also catch me on YouTube.